Okay, I'm not an expert at government policy. This government shutdown, here's the way I think it is going on. And I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. I don't hear anybody on Fox News saying what I am about to say. And I'm probably wrong. I'm not an expert. But you tell me if this makes sense. When the first government shutdown happened, like last year, every federal employee was stopped working. Now, there are three types of government employees: FAA, the TSA, all the important security for our country in the federal government. That's Group A. Group B are the other federal employees that run the country, and they're important. And then there's Group C, and those are all the honeypots that Republicans and Democrats, both parties, they slush fund, lobbies or whatever. It's the Doge. Doge was killing a lot of federal programs that were wasting money. Okay, so that's pile C. There's three piles of government employees: important, semi important, and fraud, waste. When the whole government shut down, there was a lot of pressure to turn it back on. And the president said Group A will be paid for all their work done. So they're not losing money. They're just not getting paid. They still get a paycheck. So when the government opens back up, they get back pay. So the only federal government people in Group A that are affected are the ones that live paycheck to paycheck. And that's probably, if you go by wealth in America, there's 1% that create all the wealth in our country. So I'm going to say 99% of the TSA lives paycheck to paycheck. So when the government shut down last year, they had to get a part-time job to pay the rent, pay for food. They don't have a savings account. Okay. But when the government reopened, they were made whole. They were they were able to get all their money, all their back pay. Groups B and C, they weren't paid. And some people in Group B worked. Some people in Group B worked without pay, and they still haven't been paid. People in Group C, they didn't work in the first place. They're like that Somali daycare. They just got paid. They got money for free. So basically, what happened was Group C, the faucet got turned off. Now, this year, 2026, the Democrats, they're smart. They said, excuse me, we're going to do a partial shutdown. Okay? And I don't know if this is right or not, but my thinking of a partial shutdown is Group A and Group C will not get paid. Group B, the ones that really matter, they didn't cut them in the partial shutdown. So all those important federal workers who would normally not get paid in a shutdown are not affected by the partial. So who's affected by this partial? Group A and Group C. C, they want to get rid of. You're gone. It's waste. It's the Somali daycare. Group A, Democrats know that they're going to get paid eventually. But 90% of those guys are living paycheck to paycheck. So they have to somehow come up with money for these 90% that can survive without paychecks for a couple months. And this could go on till November. And something's going to happen before November. They can't go through November without TSA getting paid. But when they said partial shutdown, I knew it was going to go forever because of what I just said. Group B is working. They're getting paid. They can care less about this shutdown because their life is normal. Group C, they don't deserve to be paid in the first place. Group A, they're going to get paid, but they just don't get a paycheck right now. And right now, the Democrats and even the Republicans are using TSA as a argument to try and get that bill passed or not passed. And no one on Fox News and even on probably on CNN is telling you and me that Group A is working, but it's not for free. They will be made whole when this whole thing's over. And they're making it sound like your TSA agent at the airport is working for free and it will never be made whole, which is a falsehood. They will be made whole when the Democrats decide to sign that bill. And I hope the Republicans hold. Don't let the Democrats get away with cheating elections. And that's what this is all about. Cheating elections. They want to steal the elections. So, anyway, again, I'm not an expert, but this is what I think's going on, and I'm not hearing anybody say that these Group A federal employees will be made whole eventually. So they said 300 TSA people quit. Well, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They can't wait for to be made whole. And those are the ones doing the right thing. They need to find work to protect their family, and you got to feel sorry for them. But 300, how many TSA are there? There's probably 300 at LAX right now. So every airport has probably 300. So don't get your panties in a wad when you hear 300 TSA people had to quit. If that's even 1% of what's TSA out there. So anyway, my rant is over.